Let's talk about relationship and confirmation biases for a bit. Relationship biases are created out of the relationship experiences that we have, and confirmation biases are also created out of those experiences that leave us in with those emotional pain and trauma that we carry, and also birth limited beliefs into our lives. And when you look at relationship and confirmation biases, they're based on not knowing our true selves. If you don't really know who you are created to be and become by God, then you will have a relationship bias, which makes you look for people with similar experiences, not the same experiences. Remember, you can never have the same experience with somebody else because your experiences are unique to you. And so what they do is make you look for people that you can cling to and say, this guilt or shame that I'm experiencing from a past emotional pain, or this pain that I'm carrying, that I'm hoarding, that I don't even know how to process, that has created limited beliefs, that is now reshaping my thought process. I'm finding people that are in that space, and I'm going to be comfortable in that space. And that space doesn't really make you find your greatness. That place only creates the limit and continues to make you hard the pain and the emotions that need to teach you to discover your true self, to emerge, to discover your greatness, and to flourish and thrive in life. Life is not meant to be in survival and hardening mode. When you're hardening, you're actually causing yourself more harm and self-sabotaging, and you don't really realize it. But the goal is to unburden, unpack, and look at what you're learning about yourself from each experience that you go through. And then sometimes we also carry on the relationship biases from the culture, the tradition, our parents' relationship, every other relationship that we mirrored, the movies. We carry all those biases with us, and we kind of lump it into, oh, this is what relationships should look like. But reality is, your relationship is going to be unique to you and your partner, because you were both created in uniqueness for that unique relationship for a purpose. Remember, everything has a purpose. And so if you don't know the purpose of the relationship, the biases, the limited beliefs, the impure thoughts that have created all these convoluted narratives that you're holding on to, the illusions and the fantasies will create an idea of what a relationship should look like. And then you listen to so many people that say your relationship should be this way and your relationship should be that way, and then you start going left and right, and you're getting to the point that there's so much information overload, and you can't even process the information that you're carrying. And so you start thinking about all these fantasies that make you create all these lustful ideas. If I do this, then I will get a partner. If I maybe give myself up, then I will keep the partner. But reality is, you can't keep who isn't meant for you. You can only be with someone that is meant for you when you take the time to discover yourself, when you unclog your own mindset and refresh your mindset every day. The Bible says, be not conformed to the pattern of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You can only renew your mind when you're learning to discover yourself. And when you're discovering yourself every day, your mind will be renewed, your thoughts will be renewed, your ideas that you're creating will be in alignment with your life's purpose, not the fantasies and the illusions that are birthing unrealistic expectations that will never be met by anyone, but will bring you more pain. And we weren't really created for pain. We were created to flourish. We were created to thrive. We were created for greatness. And that greatness is in alignment with God's given purpose for you. And that God-given purpose may also be in alignment with will also be in alignment with your relationship. And remember, it's not everybody that needs to be in a relationship. Don't let the society, the culture, the tradition tell you that you have to be in a relationship. The best time to be in a relationship is when you truly know who you are and your true self, and know what God's purpose is for yourself, and you're walking in alignment with that purpose, and you're living and thriving in the greatness of God and the goodness of God every single day. And when you discover that, then when it's time for things to happen, God will bring you the right person, and you don't have to even do the work of looking. The man is the one who needs to look. The woman, you just have to be yourself and keep doing you. Be that Proverbs 31 woman that is just taking care of business, and do your thing. Do your thing. Understand you. Understand what your requirements are in alignment with your purpose. Understand the vision and life goals that you have, in alignment with your purpose. And when that person comes, there is a soul alignment, there is a spiritual alignment. Those two are the most important. The fleshly alignment, let me tell you, that can happen at any time. You can find somebody who's good looking today, and in another 10 years, they don't look that good anymore. And that will not mean that the relationship would have to end, because you already have the soul and the spiritual alignment and connection. And those will keep you going in times when you need their support. So don't create relationship biases. Don't let connection biases lead you into getting into the wrong association or circle. Ask yourself, are you being truthful to yourself? Are you being honest to yourself? Do you really know yourself? Are you loyal to yourself? Are you daily examining your thoughts? Are you daily examining your life? Are you speaking life to yourself? Are you living truthfully to yourself? And if you're not doing those things, are you discovering yourself on a daily basis? Are you daily introspecting to see what you did today that may be not in alignment with the will of God for you, or not in alignment with your life's purpose? How are you checking yourself daily? Sometimes we don't check ourselves. We think that other people that are speaking to us to make us check ourselves are the haters, but you need to check yourself daily, because sometimes you may be the toxic one to yourself. So daily examine yourself, daily look at where you are, eliminate the limited beliefs that create the relationship and connection biases, because looking for someone that has similar experience with you may lead you to trauma bond. And if you're trauma bonding, then you may not be able to have the right relationship, the right connection, the soul connection, and the spiritual connection that you need. Remember, we're spiritual beings before we're physical beings. And so what you're looking for is that spiritual connection that is in alignment with your own life's purpose, that is in alignment with your vision. And when you're building that and praying and meditating to God daily for guidance, it would happen. At the time it will be. If you're in a marriage and you're struggling because there has been relationship biases that have brought you together, or limited beliefs that has led to the connection bias that you have, but you discover that your conflicts are escalating every single day, take a pause. Take a pause in that marriage. Sit down as an individual, examine yourself, ask your partner to also speak to you about those things that they've noticed about you that you may be thinking that they're speaking negative to you. Write those things down, check them out, and see if there's truth in them. If there's truth in them, do the work that you need to do. And then you can come back together as a couple and sit down and put your minds together and work together to build on a solid foundation. Because when you're doing that regularly, what you're doing is you're helping your relationship get stronger. And then you pray together, because that bond of prayer, when two agree, there's just that unique explosion in the spiritual realm that happens when you're really taking things to God in prayer. He said, come unto me with your burdens and I will give you rest. And the rest that you get from God is the peace that you need in your relationship. And then when you ask, it will be giving unto you. Sometimes we don't ask God for anything. We ask God for the things that are just selfish, for selfish purposes, but they're not for our growth. And sometimes we don't receive those things because God knows those are not the things that you need to help your relationship. They're not going to grow your relationship, that just for selfish purposes. So he withholds those things because he knows that those things will not help you evolve in your life's journey. And so look at what you truly need to help you grow as an individual, to help you grow as a couple, to help you build on your relationship with yourself, to help you build on your relationship with your partner, and start to eliminate the biases that lie within. Remember, you've been validated. Your confirmation bias is only going to invalidate you, because everything that you're going through and experiences is already valid. And you just have to know that the work that you need to do has to be done by you, and your partner can support and complement you in doing the work, but they cannot do the work for you. So eliminate those things and then look at yourself and say, where am I with myself? When I look at myself from a truthful perspective, when I look at myself from a trust me perspective, when I look at myself from being honest to myself perspective, when I look at myself from being patient with myself perspective, am I really the one that needs to do the work Am I attracting people that are bringing me conscious awareness about the work that I need to do? Can I receive that truth and apply that truth? Because the truth will liberate you when you do that. And so when you begin to do the work and eliminate the biases, and don't think about the past, because the past doesn't even exist. It only exists because you have recreated and reenacted it so many times in your mindset. Every night that we sleep, we already die to ourselves. God, like, we're in a dead state. You don't even know if you're going to wake up. It's only the grace of God that wakes you up in the morning, that makes you know that you still have another opportunity to live that God's giving you. And then you can begin to reevaluate where you are from that place and let the past go. Take the lessons from the past and apply them in the present moment. You don't need the past. The past will only repeat itself if you decide to make the choice to carry it on, and then you find yourself repeating patterns and cycle because you're hoarding the past, you're reenacting the past, you're recreating what you do not need in your space. And so eliminate all of that. Eliminate the relationship biases that the past has created, or the connection biases that the past and the limited beliefs that you have created are bringing you. And so once you make that choice to let go and release what is not leading to you evolving and growing and making the spiritual and soul connection that you need, then you start to get into the refreshing part of your life and you become restored. When God restores you on a daily basis, you just continue to grow and evolve, and there's no worry in God's growth and evolvement process. Remember, it's a season. When that season is coming for you to bloom, you bloom. Remember also, the rose plant has those thorns for a reason. And those thorns make the rose plant even more beautiful. And so when you're going through the motions, remember, you can still bloom with those things that you're learning. The thorns are like the lessons that we get in our lives to continue to go every single day. And the more we go at life without giving up, because giving up is also a choice that you have to make, the more you grow, the more you grow, the more you grow, the more you evolve, the more you eliminate the biases that you carry, the freer your life becomes of worry, of pain, and the past. And then you're really living in the present moment that you only have control over. You don't even know if you're going to be here the next nanosecond, so you don't have to worry about that. Just bloom in the season you're in, bloom in this moment that you have, and thrive without carrying so many burdens that weigh you down and destroy you and result in you self-sabotaging. Remember, you were created with greatness. You are unique. There is no one gonna be like you, but only you can attain that wholeness that brings you the conscious awakening of your uniqueness, of you thriving, of you evolving and discovering your greatness. Remember to never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. When it's time to go back to the maker, you can't live anymore, you can't love anymore. And that's the end of life. And that's the end of the season you're here for, and the purpose you're here for. So while you're still breathing and living, make sure you're connecting with yourself, you're discovering yourself, you're evolving, you're eliminating biases every single day by introspection, and you're also being truthful to yourself along the process, and be prayerful, because when you do ask God for things, He will answer them and He will lead you according to His will and purpose for your life. His plan is to make you prosper, not to harm you. Remember that harm comes because we are making irrational decisions. And those irrational decisions lead to self-sabotage and create the biases that we hold on to. But you don't need them. You only need discovering yourself and attaining wholeness and allowing God to mold and shape you according to the plan that He has for you. And you go on and thrive and live to the fullest while you're still breathing and living. Have a great weekend all. Talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.